How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Hopefully everyone's having a lovely day. So let's talk a little bit about Reds phenom, the man that's got the potential to be a top 5 player in the MLB, and I, for one, fully believe it's capable and fully believe he's heading down that path. He's got all the tools. He's a 5-tool player in the making, still figuring things out as we expected. And one of those things he's figuring out is if he should be batting leadoff for this Cincinnati Reds ball club. Right now, he's batting .207 in the leadoff position, just a hair over a .280 on base percentage in the leadoff position. Meanwhile, when he was batting cleanup for the Cincinnati Reds team, he was batting .297. He had a .333 on base percentage. Now, there's two things to be considering with this. First of all, some guys just aren't comfortable batting leadoff. Some guys, you switch them up in the order, and it's a different place for them. Was it Brandon Phillips? I was trying to think. So there's a guy I recently remember the Reds did that. He struggled there. That happens. The other thing is, just like any young prospect, any young stud that comes into the league, it tried and true. You're gonna come into the league. You're gonna make some waves. You tear the cover off the ball for a little bit, maybe a month or two. Then you're gonna get that scouting report in. Teams are gonna start pitching you differently, and they're gonna find ways to get you out. A slump happens. It then becomes the player's choice or opportunity, if you will, to make adjustments to the adjustments being made, and then they go back on, it's up, you go down, and then back up. Kind of a trend line there that you look for out of a player. And we could be saying, hey, maybe it's a coincidence. Elly's kind of hit that little bit of a slump here batting leadoff, and he's trying to figure things out again. But then again, very, very small sample size. Last night, Elly bats third in the lineup, gets a couple hits, looks really impressive once again. First time batting third in the lineup, but you move him down in the order, maybe that alleviates a little bit of the pressure for him at that spot. The other thing with Elly, let's just talk about if he should be batting leadoff in general. A guy that's on pace for 240 plus strikeouts in a 162 game season, not that good. Not that good at all. A guy that is batting 197 if he does take the first pitch. As soon as that first pitch, he's batting a ridiculous 386. And again, that's just an example and a testament of how good of a fastball hitter this guy is. Typically that first pitch, dead red, that's what he's looking for. Once he gets past that first pitch, they start throwing him a lot more breaking balls. He starts chasing a little bit more. He's starting to, clearly struggle a little bit more, which is okay. Again, nothing wrong with that. 21-year young. Again, I can't stress it enough. The guy's 21. Nothing at all wrong with that. He's going to have growing pains, but he's not figured out. But this is a Reds ball club that is trying to contend for a playoff spot right now. And you're going to try to put this team in the best position possible to win baseball games. And that being said, statistically, you're swinging at the first pitch, you shouldn't be batting leadoff. As a leadoff hitter, especially to start the game, your job is not only to go out there and try to get on base, but your job is out there to allow the rest of your team in the dugout, allow the rest of this team in general, allow yourself to watch this pitcher in his delivery, watch his mechanics, watch the way he wants to carry himself throughout this baseball game. You take a couple pitches, gets a feel for the game for everybody. So when you're sitting dead red first pitch, that's great, but it is a little bit of a con, if you will, of batting leadoff. Now, granted, there's so many ways you look at this, because you say, hey, what if he bats leadoff? He gets more bats. Again, he's the stolen base start. That's why we know why he's batting leadoff. He's batting leadoff because of the speed, the ability to get on, cause all sorts of havoc on the base pads through and throughout. And that's going to continue to happen. So you put him leadoff, try to cause that, try to get him over so these other guys can knock him. We understand why David Bell's doing it. It's not like it's a why you doing this David Bell thing. If you're David Bell, you're like, man, if we could have Ronald Acuna here, a lot of power, stolen base. Look at the season Acuna's having. How can you be upset if he bat leadoff for you? Meanwhile, though, it'd be great to have an MVP, a type of player that can bat in second. I think your goal of any player, I think, if you have best player on your team, you want to bat second. In Elly's case, second's a great spot because you can still get on base, you can still steal some bags, there's still 3-4 behind him, and he's still getting a lot of at bats. But you don't want to be first, because if you're batting your catcher 9th or 8th, and it's like, okay, it's just kind of not like the pitcher, but you want to have as many guys on base as possible ahead of him as well. So ideally, you get a guy like Friedel can bat 300, get on base ahead of Elly, and he has an opportunity to drive him in as well. But that being said, though, right now, Cruz is really playing like a 4-hole kind of guy. He's playing like a 5-hole kind of guy. He's not really playing like a 1. He's not playing like a 2, because, again, his on-base percentage is the lowest amongst all starters at .313 on the Reds team. Again, that's okay. I'm not trying to put down the guy. I'm not trying to bash the guy, because, again, I can't stress enough. I fully believe this guy is going to be something really special for this team. But right now, again, you're trying to put yourself in the best position to win. You was winning games when he was batting 4th. You put Elly 4th, you put him 5th. I think that's a perfect spot for him in the lineup right now. Again, as he starts to figure things out, maybe he works his way back into the 1. But right now, there's nothing wrong with putting a 4 or 5. I know the concern is if you put him at 4 and 5 on typical lineups, it's like, well, if you bat him fifth, he gets on base. You put your fifth guy as your power guy for a reason, because like, well, by the time you get to 6, 7, 8, and 9, the production starts to decline. You know, you don't have as much confidence in these guys hitting, getting on base, getting them over. But in the Reds case, you're gonna have Jake Fraley, you have Joey Votto, you have Will Benson. I mean, Bailey's killing it right now if you want to throw him in there. You got a really formidable bottom half of the lineup. So Elly, even batting fourth, has a chance to be the cleanup guy, but he has a chance to wreak a whole lot of havoc and has guys that are more than capable of driving him in behind him into order. So I love the idea right now. I do. I'd like to see him. You know what? Third works still. I'm not opposed to third. I am opposed to first. I think we've had a big enough sample size at this time to say 207. We're going to try something different. And I think David Bell might be doing that after seeing last night's game, seeing the way the Reds played. We'll see. Again, can't stress enough how much, you got faith in this guy being the future of this team, how good he's going to play. Right now, though, we got to figure things out to win baseball games. Love you guys' thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.